Yeah. Like
Stereophonic.
stereophonic. Just for say you good morning.
Yes. And first of all, before starting, I just want to start this like they would probably start in Japan, saying sumimasen. I don't know, maybe someone of you is speaking Japanese. For who is not speaking Japanese, sumimasen is the way they say sorry. But it's an interesting word because it says the meaning, the exact meaning is to complete. And sumimasen is the negative form. So it means it's not complete. So we are saying you sorry because this that you will see today is just the beginning, is not completed, is what we researched and what we reached for now. But we are sorry because, of course, we still have to improve. So hopefully you will understand. Thank you. And of course, sorry for the language because we are Italian native speakers. So we will try to do our best. If there is something that you don't understand, or if we need your help, we will tell you, okay? We are both Shiatsu practitioner. In Italy, we work as Shiatsu therapists, and also we organize a retreat in Italy for improving and knowing many teachers like Kumiko, and we are trying to go to discover the root of Shiatsu. My journey started in studying Japanese language and culture, Asian, but especially Japanese and language and culture. And this is why today you will have a little bit of Japanese class too, because we think it is really important to go to the root of Shiatsu to understand better what we are doing in Shiatsu. Yes. And Anpuku was one very important part for us.
When we meet because we work a traduction of Anpuku Zukai book, and was Japanese. And Manu and Tsuya, they do traduction from Japanese to Italian. So I'm Italian, and was the first time then I see the pictogram.
Yeah.
So I understood how important are for our, then they are in another completely other culture, to understand the pictogram, because the pictogram are an idea. So we work a lot together just to understand. She was learning and listening the pictogram, and we was touching together. So it's very important to see really the very what they mean, because each saying are an idea. Like yesterday, Maureen said, each touch are a session. So each thing are a word, an idea.
Yeah, and when I don't know if probably many of you know about history of Shiatsu, and I think you know that Shiatsu is a kind of a modern definition, but the history of Shiatsu is very ancient, and it is together with the history of Japan, and of course, together with the history of China, history of Korea, because Chinese culture entered in Japanese culture deep, in a very deep way, through Korea also. So for the medicine was the same. It came, many influences came from China through Korea and entered in the Japanese medicine. So what we know as Japanese medicine is a huge, very huge thing done of many things that were from Japan, but also they brought a lot from China and from Korea and probably from India. The Japanese medicine was a huge thing of many arts, and the manual art was just one of these. And why Anpuku was so important for us is because it was part of Anma, which was what is directly connected to Shiatsu, probably Anma, Koho Anma, the traditional Anma in Japan, was what gave origin to Shiatsu. When we were working together in Milano, we also met Haruhiko Masunaga, Shizuto Sensei's son, and he said that his father, Shiatsu, has a lot to do with Anpuku, and that probably a lot is coming from that text. So they really, he really told us that the best was to translate the book to get maybe more information and to go deeper in what Shiatsu is. In fact, 3 texts are considered to be maybe the most important text that gave origin to Shiatsu, and one is Anma Tebiki, the other one is Anpuku Zukai, and then we have Shiatsu Ryoho. Anpuku Zukai was written by this author called Shinsai Ota in 1827. Do you say 1827? I hope so. Thank you. So what was also difficult when we translated the text was to go inside a totally different culture, not only because it was Japanese culture, but also because it was far away in history. And also is not easy, I think it's not easy to transmit and to write about manual techniques in a book, in a text. So, of course, what we had to do, like Serena was saying, was to interpret each ideograms of the technique, because otherwise it was not possible to understand how to do the techniques. I will tell you a little bit more about the structure of the book. After a little historical presentation of what Anpuku and what Japanese medicine was, Shinsai Ota is presenting 13 techniques to work directly on the abdomen. And again, as Maureen was saying yesterday, the concept is Hara. The center of a human being is the Hara, because it's there that the earth and the heaven meet. So, of course, the focus is again in Hara, which is considered not only for the a place where we can get information of our patient, of the person with whom we are working, but also we can directly work on the organs and on the abdomen, and also establishing a really deep contact with the person, because of course the Hara is not only the center, but probably is one of the most intimate, do you use this word? Intimate area of our body. And so if you think about animals, for example, they don't leave anyone touch the abdomen, the stomach, just probably when they really trust someone, they give and they open their hara. And so this is the same for us. We can really create a deep contact going through hara and touching hara and working on hara. You will see many techniques that we are going to explain you today are very simple in a manual way, but they will require our presence. Like Maureen was saying yesterday, we need to be there. We need to be maybe like with our heart should be how do you say mu? Should be empty and listen and to stay. What we recommend is to stay in a meditation way, so you can really feel what is going on in the person.
Yes, there are a very nice video of Michael Mameshvili where he say what they we need to be see and we need to be listen. So this is Anpuku in my idea.
Yeah,
and to do this, you have to be very empty and relaxing, don't think. And sometimes when you are a therapist, we try to do our best for the people. I want to save you, but this is try to I try to do nothing in Anpuku. I just try, listen, stay, and something happens. So in my suggestion are try to do something different from your Shiatsu, just because if you try some different, some idea could stay and be stay into your Shiatsu session. Every Shiatsu session is not one technique, so it's just an idea. There are 13 techniques, and each one could be 3 minutes or 5 minutes in your normal session, or could be as is happened for me. Then my Shiatsu now is Anpuku Shiatsu. So I do more Anpuku than the other techniques, but it depends. So my suggestions are try to improve some different way. Try to touch in a different, just because we are there to try to give an idea or not. So try, don't think. It's not easy because we learn to be better. So to help more our patient, our client. So we see, this technique can help me, but try to be empty and let people work the body coming, and something happen. Or not, but maybe after, or you have also your technique.
You will see that many of the manual techniques that we will see are maybe different from Shiatsu because they are a part. Anpuku was part of Anma. So please enjoy a different way to touch the body, different manual techniques. And also, if you want to have a very complete idea of what history of Shiatsu is. You can, of course, I think there are many books you can find, but you can also, we recommend you to read the Ryoho Shiatsu blog on internet, which was founded by Ivan Bell. And it's very interesting because it's full of articles and full of research about the history of Shiatsu. So I think also about Anpuku Zukai, they wrote a lot. So please, if you are interested in history, Ryoho Shiatsu is R-Y. Yes. Ryoho means therapy.
And just about the book, we translate from Japanese to Italian. So they are Italian, they are a French version. And in the main time was Philip Vandenabili. She learned exactly speaking. He translates Anpuku Zukai and Anmatebiki. So this book, these are two books together, and it's very interesting.
Yeah. And also,
and this is in English.
He also made a very interesting historical opening, and also you will see he did a great job on the study of each meridian and each point that is analyzed in Shinsai Ota and Anmatebiki text. So, yes.
Then we will translate. We given a exchange also with Toshi Ichikawa Sensei, who is a Japanese from. He lives in Paris. He's also very good studying about Anpuku. So we exchange a lot.
Yeah, because you will see that when what the book explains is not easy to understand, because of course it's not easy to explain a manual art with words. This is also why there are not many texts about manual techniques in Japan, but also in China, because mostly was taught from a teacher to his pupil, because that was the easiest way, and also because it's not just about technique, there is a lot inside. So of course, it was not easy to understand when Shinsai Ota was saying like, okay, let's work on the abdomen like you are playing shamisen. Okay, but if I'm not Japanese and if I don't play shamisen, what am I doing? And then he was saying like, just take a look at the image. And then you see the man doing this. So of course it was not easy.
The image. So we try at the beginning. We try to touch if it was a video, but it
was not working. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. So for that, it was really helpful to analyze the ideograms, because as was saying Serena, when you try to find the meaning of a word in Japanese, you cannot only consider the sound and the meaning on the sound, but also there is the image that is given by the ideogram. And sometimes there are plenty of images. And so thanks to this, and thanks to also Toshi Ichikawa, we could imagine and we could interpret how the Anpuku Zukai could have been. And of course is also our interpretation, so then you will find your, okay?
Okay. In the book, there are 13 techniques, and the first 2 techniques are like opening the energetical body, and the last are like closing. So today we will opening, do some techniques, and closing. So we try to have an idea, not completely. Like,
yeah, because normally,
okay.
normally it take like two days to see all the techniques, to explain and go deeper in Anpuku Zukai. But today we have 4 hours, so we'll just have a, how do you say, un assaggio, a taste. Yes, but we try to do what you can bring maybe inside your Shiatsu session. Okay, great. So we were thinking to start with working on ourselves a little bit before going into techniques. So please stand up.
Yes. Allora, 20 minuti fra tutto, va benissimo, qua siamo andati. Ottimo. Quindi camminiamo. So,
faccio parlare te.
Ok.
Ci guardiamo.
So we go around, just walking in the room, go around and just please attention of the room, other people, just to know where we are. And we are in a room, and we are in Himalayan Center, beautiful USA, Pennsylvania. And try to pay attention, really attention at this room and each particular, the flow, color. You can see, oh, it's a bottle. Try to put particularly attention. Like if you never see one room, if you never see before one mat or something, and go a little bit slowly and look very well, and also listening our foot, the color, also the styling, and also other people who stay in this room, which are, and breathe and relax your shoulder. And now try to find one thing, can be very, very, very attention. Could be a color, could be a pillow, could be, look very well, like, oh, interesting. This is. And now we put one hand in hara and one hand in the chest. And we work a little bit slowly, slowly. As we stop it. But we stop it slowly, slowly. So go slowly and then we stop. Breathe in, breathe out. And how's my feeling inside now? Like my hara, like my chest, my heart. Now we go inside. We can begin to work slowly, but we stay inside now. We feel the flow in our foot, different flow type where I walk. We can try some other direction. We can go back a little bit, just moving and stay inside. Listen, our hand. Could be that the hand like to go in another part of the body. So listen our body, I listen my body, and maybe then I want to change, and my body is calling my hand. And we breathe in, breathe out. We can change direction or stay just moving slowly or not moving as we like. And then we can begin to stretch like our body needs. Don't think about a stretching leg, arm. Just think about my aura is like a sun, and I move my body. I need to move shoulder, or I need to move my leg. As I need. Maybe I need to move very strong, or maybe I need a little small movement. Try to listen the body, what I want, what I need. Maybe I need to go to the floor. Like a turtle, like a swimming, or breathe in, breathe out. Listen out yourself. What myself needs, what I need. Now we go to the floor and we stand and we put more our hand in Ara. Just feel a little bit different Ara. Our Kikai. just some minutes to completely relax our body and stay with us. Listen. And stay with us. Take a 3 big breaths in, breathes out. Try to completely empty. If you need, you can sit down or stay, but try to be completely empty. And then we try to move again to come and slowly with movement also with our time we stand up again. We can stand up like dancer or something. Slowly and sweet moving. Now we are ready for the first treasure.
The three treasures.
Three treasures
Yes.
of Anpuku.
And of course, one of the important part is to work on ourselves and or work on the other body. Shin Sayota is explaining about three manual techniques. One is called Rikan. Sorry, one is called Rikan, which are all the techniques to move all the big and small articulation. Do you say joints? Thank you. So let's start with our neck. Just move your neck around to make sure you open the joint of your neck. You can make a big circle. You can start with more circle if you prefer. Then change direction. Hear the noises, if there are any. And also try to notice all the difference between left and right. Then we can, how do you say, stendere? Stretch, thank you. We can stretch on the right or on the left, depending on what you feel is harder in your body. So start with the side that is less hurting. Start gentle with you. Okay. And then we can go down to our shoulder. And again, imagine to draw circles with your shoulder, like you want your scapula open and touch. Imagine your scapula want to touch backwards. And again, you can change the direction you are working. And again, pay attention to any differences. They may be between left and right. We can also use our arms and make huge circles to let the shoulder open. You can add the breathing. So when you go up, you breathe in, and then going down, you breathe out. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. And then we can do the same with our wrist. So again, I forgot the word. No. To draw. Thank you.
Because you know.
I'm forgetting all the English today, this morning. Maybe I'm too nervous. So draw circles with your wrist. I have to. Then again, you can change direction. Okay. And we can shake a little bit and do the same with all the fingers. So start left or right, as you prefer, as you feel. Make a little circle with all the fingers. So we are sure we open all the joints because we have to work with our hands. So let's open all the energy of the arms, of the hands. Okay, you can open and close your fingers. And then just make a circle with your hips. Thank you.
You do this part because
This
you
morning I was
you
starting
know very
again all the
well.
joints and forgot everything. Okay. So one side and then the other side. You can start again with small circle and then make the circle becoming bigger. You can bend your knees if you prefer. Oh, and again, put your attention listening on how your back is, how your hips are this morning. Okay. And then we go down to our knees. We can close maybe your feet and then bend a little bit your knees. And again, drive circles. You can start gently driving small circles. And then if you want, the circle can become bigger and you can go down. Again, you can change your direction, hear the noises around you and inside you. Noise of sand sometimes. Then. And then if you want, we can sit down and work on the, don't tell me, ankle? Oh, thank you. I use this way, but you can do as you prefer. I like to use this way. And so make sure to make circle with your ankle too, one side and the other side. And then we can shake the ankle too. And then work on all the fingers too. So start with your thumb. What did I say? Oh, toes. But this is the thumb, right? Or not? Big toes. What is thumb? Thank you. Then we go to the second finger. Does it have a name? Second. In Italian, both have different name, hand and feet.
Yes.
Okay, to the third and the fourth, just make round and then squeeze it. And we do the same with the other ankle. Make circle. And again, notice the difference between the left and the right. Shake. And then we go to the toes, big toe, toe, toe.
Do you know in Japanese?
Hmm? Sorry? Can you say? Don't make fun of me. Okay, great. And we can shake a little bit. So then after the recon, we can maybe work together. What do you think, doing kaishaku?
Yeah.
Okay. The second manual technique is said to be a technique that open all the muscle, open all the tessuti. How do you say tessuti?
Tissues.
Is it okay for the body too? Tissues. Okay, yes. And it's a technique like Shin Sayota said, play your finger like you're playing the shamisen. So
you know the shamisen, but we see the shamisen in Metropolitan Museum. So we do a picture. So we can show you. Paolo do it, I do it, so we have a picture. But it didn't. It's like a guitar. You don't know what you can play, so you just say. So you can play my.
Mostly, what we understood is that you have to go inside in the tissues and then release. Like you want to move the energy, to open the energy, so go inside. Sorry, she's complaining. I'm too strong. Go inside and then release. It's like you want to move. We give a direction from the shoulder to the wrist, okay? For example, in the arm.
But you can do it in a couple.
Because you can work with this on the entire body.
Yes.
So please make couple.
Make couple. If somebody who it's just to move the energy. It's easier to do than to speak about.
Yes.
So
I can work on you. Okay. So Shin Sayota says that when you have to work on the abdomen, first you have to prepare the body, the entire body. So this is one of the techniques he uses to. Yeah.
You're not going anywhere.
Okay.
no. You don't go in. You don't go in any particular part. Just like the idea are opening the body. So from the shoulder to the. Paolo knows.
And do the
Yes,
back.
Paolo knows.
Yes.
And also, like, do you have a couple or not? Oh, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you. It's my fault. Usually I'm.
You can start gently and then you're going deeper.
This is big. Okay. Just like this, like move. Yes. Like moving. It depends. It really depends from the body because, and you go from the shoulder to. You are alone. Find it, my.
You can also start on a superficial level, and then you can go deeper. You can make many, how do you say, passaggi? You can make many times as you want, anytime as you want.
dappertutto.
And every time is like you are entering more. At the beginning is maybe on the surface, and then you go deeper. And you feel it's deeper. You can work in the back.
It's like opening the body. So we move all the body, also the leg.
Yes, go down.
Our touches depend. You can feel the difference from the arm to the legs.
Solletico.
Okay, when you're finished, we can change. And we use this we call kaishaku, and we will use at the beginning of the treatment. So to discovering the body and because we can discover the body of our partner, and also we know when people come, they are very nervous, they don't feel the body. So in this way, they can feel all the body. Yes, because people come and see, I have a headache, but he didn't know about the food or about the hara. So this is a good way to begin. Then when we practice, we will begin like this, our treatment. Okay.
So when you are done, please exchange.
The idea.
So who has to receive?
Okay.
You want to try?
Yeah, like
Yes, you can do too.
yeah, it depends from the
I'm always
body.
working on some.
So he is strong, so you can go
A little bit
like
deeper.
just the idea. Our idea is moving and go inside.
Of course.
So of course, don't push, but go inside and move. This one.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's like a very good way also that you can feel the body of the person you're working on. So it's a first diagnosis if you
si muove e prendi possesso del corpo e quando lo fai
you start feeling the tension where they are.
Dirli, no? Senti tu
Start knowing the body of your
sì. Okay.
It's my English.
Okay. When you end the kaishaku, we can do a choma. Yes, you know choma. Choma is like
while kaishaku in Japanese means really like to separate, to divide. Choma, otherwise, is the same like ma is what in Chinese medicine is the ma of anma, okay? And choma means to take off the corteccia. How do you say corteccia? The skin of the. How do you say?
the skin.
The skin of the canapa. I don't know how to say canapa in English. Like marijuana.
Amp.
Yeah, to take away the skin of the amp. The meaning of the ideogram is to take away the skin of the amp. And because we saw like a video of a lady doing this, and the movement is almost like this. So you use the tip of your fingers, like maybe you can use your finger like you are brushing, okay?
Like this.
And the meaning is like you worked with kaishaku, opening all the tissues, and now you are putting again the energy going in the right direction. So it's like you are brushing, okay, with a brush and putting in harmony the energy of the meridian that you were moving. The energy was opening and moving. And again, you can use it on the arms, also on the back. We give a direction.
Usually we use Choma when we finish. So, yeah. Ready. Just, yeah. Usually when I use Choma, my clients say, oh no, it's finished. Because they know that, oh no. Choma. How is it? Choma.
The one?
Yeah.
You can do in both ways.
Tai Shaku.
You know, alternating.
Tai Shaku. Then we will
Turning your hands or working at the same time. Yeah, as you want. Okay. Yeah. Right, like you are combing.
But not with your.
Not the nail, no, but normally when you do shiatsu, you don't have to have nail. Forget about nail.
At the coffee shop, we can't pretty.
but this is Shaku Choma.
Right, right. Like you're combing hair. Yeah.
Now,
And of course, also
now,
you can
no,
take the
yes, but
surface or
I
go
write
deeper.
in
And you can use like your hands in this alternate, or otherwise you can do at the same time. You can go slowly.
Tai
Depends
Shaku.
on what
then
you want to
Rikana,
give to the person that is. When, for example, when I
And
finish the
Choma.
session, is I at the beginning I'm going down
Rikan, we know.
and then going on the surface.
Yeah, we know
The
Rikan.
second,
Yeah, this is
then
the
going
second.
away.
The finally, Rikan is just moving the
And the feeling like you are
and
acting.
so they say
you move.
this is
You move.
three
It's like
sexual.
giving I don't know, a direction to the session. You open, then you go inside in the meridians, in the abdomen, what you want to do, and then in the end you set up and slow everything and say to the body too, like, we are almost there. We are going. So set up. Yes. Good. How was it?
Yeah.
Non mi
Ok.
ricordo manco se Riojo si scrive così, sono talmente sconvolta che non possiamo incominciare?
Sì.
Cosa dici con le tecniche? How was it? Good?
Good.
Any questions or something to say, something to share? Okay. Okay, keep in mind these three techniques because now that we are starting with the Anpuku, we will use Kaishaku mostly and Choma. Of course, Rikan, you know, so we are not doing Rikan all the time, but we will start with Kaishaku opening and then Choma closing. But you know.
Non lo facciamo il giapponese?
Sì, in che senso?
Gli ideogrammi?
Sì, li facciamo.
Facciamo adesso?
Sì.
Ok, certo.
Ok, no, stavo solo dicendo
ok.
di ricordarsi.
No, mi hanno chiesto di scriverli, allora li ho scritti.
Hai fatto bene.
Ok? Ok, ready for Japanese lesson.
When you feel you are ready, we can start with the Japanese class because I want to show you. Who's calling me? Kaishaku, Rikan, and Choma. Kaishaku was the first, no, sorry.
No.
Rikan was the first we did, and is the one about the joint. Yes, all the work on joint. I can write joint. Okay. And Kaishaku is the movement to open. Kai is to divide, and shaku to separate. So Kaishaku is that movement that you do when you play shamisen, okay? To open all the muscles and tissues. Opening, I write opening. And then Choma is the last one we did, is the one that we comb or we brush the tissues. Okay. But first, before starting with the techniques and with the practice, I just wanted to show you the ideogram of Anpuku, of course, because we are doing Anpuku. I don't know if maybe someone knows the meaning of Anpuku, but we will see it together. Anpuku Zukai means the abdomen treatment illustrated book. Zukai is the illustrated part. And Anpuku, and please and say if I say something wrong. And sorry for my writing. Anpuku is made by 2 ideograms, and each of them has a meaning. Anpuku. The second one, probably many of you saw it, is hara, is the same as in Japanese is fuku without another word before. Or we can also, when he's by himself, read it hara. And it's made by, you see, 3 ideograms. The first one is the ideogram that in Japanese means moon, but also flesh. And why? Kumiko Sensei was telling me because this was the ancient kanji for moon and for flesh, is because the Japanese think that flesh has to do with the moon and with the sun, because we are coming from the moon and from the sun. So then take in your mind, this is flesh. And then we have this ideogram here that is representing like a vase. A vase which is standing on 2 legs. And this indicates a little bit of movement. So we have, what is the abdomen? It is a vase on 2 legs, moving, made of flesh, okay? And then we can see this ideogram is the sun. This is the moon. So we have the yin and yang inside our stomach. So as you can see, we can read in many, how do you say? Layers, thank you. Many layers. So hara, the abdomen, and this is an, is made by 2 kanjis again. One is the simplification of the Japanese kanji that means hand, te. This is a roof. Of course, you have to think the first ideograms were written on bones or stones or tortoise carapace, shell, thank you. So then this is the roof, and this is a woman, is like a figure, I don't remember, but it's should be like this, a woman, kneeling woman in prayer. So, and also you have to think that the Japanese ideograms are also coming from Chinese culture, and so there is a lot of Chinese culture too. So what does represent a woman under a roof is the peace because a woman inside the house is taking care of the children, is taking care of the family, is taking care of the food, of the fire. So means peace, harmony. So again, what is An? The hand that is giving peace, is giving harmony. Okay? So what is Anpuku? Is giving peace to the abdomen. Okay? And then this is just the beginning. Then I really wanted to know, because of course, I think when you read the ideograms, everything goes deeper. So if you got the meaning of Anpuku, then we can start with the techniques. The first techniques we will see is called and pronounced Bunpai in Japanese. As Serena was saying, the first techniques we will see are opening techniques, because Shinsai Ota says, okay, we have to know our receiver, we have to get known our receiver, we have to open gently his energetic body, and then go in, I don't know how to say, in Italian we say in punta di piedi, like, you know, tiptoes, yes, like walking tiptoes and entering tiptoes. So the opening techniques are that meaning, and you will see we will work on the abdomen, but also opening the entire body. So the first one is called Bunpai, and these are the ideograms. Again, we have the hands. So Bunpai, that we translated like opening and expanding. Do you use this verb? Okay. Bun is again made by two ideograms. The first one represents like two wings. And what we notice that is the empty space inside. And under this, we have the knife. So it's like cutting, dividing, separating, making in order to make in space, okay? And pai, again, if you remember, is the same kanji that we had for an, so is te, the hand. And these are two-door opening. So again, is separating and opening. Okay, you will see is a technique that we will work mostly on the chest, but then also we can extend it to the whole body. Bunpai. And then the second one is called Bunroku. And again, is going deeper in this first technique. Bun is the same ideogram like Bunpai. The same ideogram and the same sound, and pai is the word as in Japan that in Japanese means ribs. Oh. Again, ribs. Yes, costole, right? Yes. Ribs. So again, we have the flesh, the ideograms of the flesh, and this indicates a space between. So it's a space made of flesh, the ribs. Okay, so bunroku is this, opening the chest through the ribs. And you will see we will use the fingertips to open with choma, to open all the chest and the ribs, to work on the ribs. And then if everything is clear, I will show you the last technique, and then we will practice all of them. Kocho will be the last one of this group. Kocho is again made by two different ideograms. And we translated it like working on the intestine, like using hook, okay? You will see that is a technique that is working on the large intestine and on the intestines. Ko is the hook. Probably some of you have seen this kanji, which means metal or gold. Kin is the word that they use for the 5 elements. Okay, metal, and this indicates something round, so the hook. While cho is the intestine. Again, we have the flesh and the moon. We have the sun and the ray of the sun under. So working on the intestine like a hook, you will see that we will use our hands really like an hook and to move and to work on the prolapse of the intestines. Okay, so the first one, the first 2 techniques, as you saw, are opening, but this one is a little bit going deeper inside, the receiver. Now, if you have any question, otherwise we will try to show you the techniques so you get more the image of what we are talking about. We will need some abdomen to work on.
We have one. The yellow one.
Yes, so maybe.
So the yellow one come.
Keith,
You
were chosen.
Parlo.
In the center. No, in the middle, here. Manu, please. Sorry.
So, usually the little ones called radical.
Yeah.
But is that also the root? Like it's used in root?
I didn't understand what you mean.
This one here.
Yeah, yeah,
Like a root.
yeah. Also, yes,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, probably.
I thought, I could be wrong, but I thought maybe because it's like deep inside, like root.
Right. You can, it's like also the word that you find in yang.
It is. Right?
So Kumiko was saying like it can be
Let's
seen
think
like
about
also the ray of the sun, like the ray of
Do you
the
need
sun
one?
inside the body.
Mats? No, but not really.
Of course, that makes sense.
Manu will
Make a lot of
work.
sense.
Now we do it like
Thank
this.
you.
We do a demonstration, and then in a couple we practice, but we guide our practice. So we do together
If you can.
if you like.
Are you comfortable to put?
So we see then the first 2 techniques are like opening. So we can use at the beginning of our treatment. Now we do these 3, just like a small kata, but you can use one as you like. So we take our time to relaxing, to centering, as you know, as you do. And we begin. Usually, I think it's helpful for me. Think Hara like a sun, and we move the rays of the sun, and also for our direction Hara. So when we move in the head direction, we move like this, and we go to the throat, we move like this. And usually the food are like, we see timone. What is, you know, the boat when you have, yeah, yeah. To rather to have the direction, have to Timone. Okay. So we begin, the techniques is dividing, opening, dividing, and expanding. So our hand stay in Hara, and the other goes to the shoulder. We begin to the shoulder, like if we like to spread our partner, but be carefully to let the space to spread. So don't be too hard in Hara, also with the other one, because we have to opening. So we think about opening. We begin soft with the palm. One hand is in Hara, and the other begin from the clavicular and then go down. We start from the center of the body and we go left and right. And we move all our body. We don't stay, as you know, we can use both hands and go. We can like clean the ribs like there, just to know where Hara are. And also the iliac crest. And when we are at this time, we change our direction because we go down, because we open Hara in all direction. In Otashi Shinsai books, he writes, we have to know this many, many, many times. So we can also do some stretching, but be carefully. The stretch are not go down, but are opening. Anytime open. Also the stretch are a small stretching. If you don't know, you do slowly and carefully, because body can open, have to open. Also we can do this stretch, small one, with the ribs. And sometimes we do like, you know, the Japanese fish, when we change from one of the other techniques, or we more relaxing. Like this movement. In time clock sense. And we use a lot of this one. And we got the bunroku. So this one was the bunpai. Now we go to the bunroku. As you see, we change the finger. So we use the toes of finger, go into the ribs, because the body more relaxing, so we can do it now, because the body begin to relaxing, and we can do also with two hands. And now, before we was spread, now we go in the sense of the ribs. And we can feel the ribs opening, the space from each other. So we say these two techniques are together and are for opening. So it's very easy, but if we do like our focus, we can see then breathing, the breath of our partner will change. Sometimes they do a lot of this, no? Or like, and also you can see the foot like goes opening because it's opening. And now we demonstrate you the Kocho is the third, the techniques number 3 in the book. This is about the abdominal muscles, like, you know, we put our finger in the solar plex, and with the other hand, we go and try to move like this is very important for this technique. Use all our body. Don't go with force, but just and relaxing, because this is most important. You have to be relaxing to do it, relax. So move, be sure that you are comfortable and you're well. And now we use this, and Toshi Chikawa suggests this, and so we call Jirotoshi on La Mumia, because we have to go to the other side to do the same. So we do this one. And this one is there. I like it so much because you have to relaxing to doing and go. It's so simple. And go behind, then cross to the other side and go like a dance. You just moving and use your body and 2 hands like this. When you try, it's relaxing to receive and relaxing to do it. And so we are at the wrong side to do the same like before, with one hand in the solar plex and the other hand. This is very good also for dorso, for the belly, for and we use Jirotoshi also when we do Shiatsu and we have to go to the other side in a nice way. It's a nice way. Usually, you have to be carefully if you are in futon. It's not a problem. It can come. Or if you are in a mat, in a lettino, the table, massage table, you have to be carefully because they come with you. They roll with you. Okay. We can finish with this, like Japanese fish, yin yang, moving. Yeah. And we can finish with choma. So So you can see the same, then we do it one each other. Like to clean, it's a good idea to just to finish one session. Anytime in trauma, we have a direction different. It's not ara. So we go like this and harm and free. And for the moment, we stop it. Shall we try? Or we need some, do you need a stop or a break before or after? Because we practice about 15 and 15, so half an hour. So we do a break after, or tell us.
No.
Okay. A brief. So, stop. 10 minutes. Okay.
10 minute break?
Yeah. Yeah. I began studying Japanese. Oh no, about Japanese you have to ask for Manuela because I don't know nothing.
My interest in, interested in Asian culture. And then it's like Japanese.
When I was
Uh,
in Japan, and when you say let's take a break,
Allora, dipende, nel senso, tu li appoggi le dita sul plesso solare e
said, okay,
all'inizio più leggero e poi senti che man mano puoi scendere di più. È una
10
presenza.
minutes after, nobody in the studio,
È
everybody.
molto, non è, ecco, non è una, non c'è pressione, ci sei
Okay,
e muovi.
like
E
another.
man mano tu muovi,
So I tell
Sì,
the story
lo prendi
sometimes
così.
to people when I teach and I say, okay, now when I say Japanese,
It's so easy, but it's amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
because I say Japanese bike, but then come back immediately.
Yeah.
European bike, okay.
So thank you. We will use it.
Yeah.
So, but do you speak Japanese?
Unfortunately, no. I did one project.
Oh.
It was too short. I pick up some. But I love it.
But you were speaking English?
I was teaching in English. There was a translator, but I had
You have to say to everybody, please.
but
No, you have
The
to.
wisdom is
Yeah.
okay, with the body language.
Yeah.
It's just
And
known. It
every
was
night they
given to
wanted to
us.
take me out. Every
from
night.
the divine.
They're very
Yeah.
serious what
And
they were
Karaoke.
in the last karaoke, onsen, bowling,
Oh, no, thank you.
eating, and then
Yeah.
it was like they party and they laugh.
Yeah.
We're trying to play hard to learn more about.
Serious work.
Glad I heard
It was a very
Oh, please tell to everybody after. Okay. Thank you.
And
Right. And yeah. Oh, thank you. I can listen to
Yes.
so long.
Now you're doing amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's turning
Oh,
for
thank
us.
you.
I learned Spanish. I'm not great, but
Easy.
there's no reason to be like, it's fun to practice and figure it out in front of Spanish
I
speakers.
really
It's like,
enjoyed when
You don't have to feel
started,
bad. It's
because
like
we
cute,
was
you know?
working
It's like
on
we'll do the best we can with any language.
Thank
You're
you.
doing great.
Okay, I hope you understood the
We do.
explanation.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
great. All of it's been great.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
One
when we
word,
was
the word
translate,
for this.
he
I
was
got that
translate.
one.
So
This
we
is
spoke each other, but he was in
ROKU.
Japan. Then
No,
he
because I
finished
didn't
the
write.
first, and
I wrote
then
the
we
wrong.
know why,
See, I'm
because
nervous.
he do a big
Roku.
job, and he
Like
do
the
the
TV?
same job
You guys have
as
Roku in
as
Italy?
Italian.
Well, maybe
translation.
yes, but I don't have
It's a
TV.
little,
Because we
it's a
try to
little-
translate
it's a tiny little device you
perfectly.
plug into
So
the TV.
don't
to watch
interpret
Netflix.
this.
It's with
We,
Netflix.
we use
Yes.
all
So that's the name of
our
Roku.
interpretation
Oh,
on this
yes,
one.
Roku.
Because
That's
if you read
Oh,
if you
you're
read the
writing
book,
great. You're good.
I'm
yeah, yeah,
Thank you.
it's
This is
I
awesome.
think that
Remember
it's just
your name?
too
Stacy.
just like so we try to interpretation and we try to do it. Then when we meet, we don't meet in Philip in person, but we meet in a Zoom online, and we still in contact. I didn't see Philip work in a person, so I don't know really if they are out. But when I see Toshi Chikawa, he was working in a Japanese version, was so similar. So we was like oh what do you think? So, and he teach us something like this one because we was like this, and then you do in the other side. Do in the other side. It's very difficult. So Toshi say, do this one. So we call mumia. It's and it's so there are some many similar interpretation, and now we are studying also the Chinese.
So you
uh,
it's understandable.
is,
Okay.
no, is
Thank you.
the
My friends.
Abdul, Chinese and Thailand. We study with Ivan and with Anthony. His now I assume Manuela. Sen
or something like that.
Zhang, Chen Si Zhang,
Yeah.
Tina Zhang.
Yeah.
So, Chine Zhang,
Right.
get it. So, it's to, we are looking at this Chine Zhang to do more in this, no, more in depth. And it's very interesting too. And so, yes, you have to be careful when you touch people. Not you cannot yeah you cannot touch
I just grabbed.
everybody at the don't.
That's why. The abdomen much later.
Yeah,
Sometimes when you work with the heart, the abdomen relaxes.
yeah,
Then even the diagnosis more accurate. Yeah, that's what I discovered
yeah.
in my work. If the heart is not relaxed,
It feels like
then the abdomen
we don't have the flops.
sometimes it's not really open.
Yeah.
But if you
And I feel like I can be closer to. Because before it was like.
Yeah.
But then,
the abdomen opens up
Yeah,
quite powerful. So that's why the first workshop that I teach is how to release the protective.
I was going to the toilet.
You have to release the right way to touch the ambulance.
no.
That was
Yeah.
good.
Because
I was so nervous. Look.
the- People, it's ridiculous.
We missed
I
this
have many,
part
but
of
after
our
1 minute it's like
introduction. Now I will do it. Because
hard
uh,
problem.
we think we switch with the people who knows about.
Paolino.
So,
Sì?
and sometimes it's possible to touch Chiara, or you can touch Chiara didn't speak with you.
Ma mi piace di girare la storia.
Fuori?
Quindi,
Ah, dentro.
I see something.
Stanno sovrapposto, perché infatti io pensavo fosse
I don't think there's anybody.
faccio yoga,
No,
era un attimo di
poi
dopo abbiamo finito che erano le 8 e quarto.
When it comes to
Sono io non trovi da
yeah, to honor the history.
Yeah.
sì, perché poi tutta la giornata senza.
I
No, no,
I
infatti.
say something right in
Nobody.
Vabbè, ma c'era gente, comunque. C'era gente che faceva coro, quindi.
really.
He
Vabbè, ma domani mattina, al massimo, non fai yoga, fai Mako. Non so se lo fa anche domani. Aspetta che vediamo.
Keith, are you doing my call? I think I like the job I do in Ryoko Shiatsu blog just because
Tomorrow.
I think each of us
Oh, yeah. Contribute.
I have to contribute to
Again, because yes, but
in
that he wants
less than an hour. Yoga, breakfast, I can do I can go, no, I need
I know he's in contact with thank you, Maureen.
very nice.
Their name is Zukai, so
We will do together. Yes, don't worry. Thank you.
Go. Un minuto cominciamo? Sì, ascolta, dobbiamo fare tutta la stupazza che bisogna toccare l'addome quando sappiamo che possiamo toccare l'addome.
Lo facciamo dopo, però adesso facciamoli praticare. Magari. E poi magari, tanto bisognerà un po'.
Vado un secondo a farla
Secondo
vedere.
me bisognerà un po' stringere sugli
Sì.
ideogrammi. Tanto quelli della seconda parte sono meno belli. Adesso sono
Sì,
10 e
perché
un
sono le 10 e un quarto. Facciamo
Abbiamo 2 ore.
no, finiamo alle 12:30.
Sì, abbiamo
Sì.
2 ore.
Infatti,
Però abbiamo ancora tutte le altre sono altre 3.
dobbiamo fare questa pratica.
Dobbiamo fare
Sì.
questa pratica.
Vado a farla vedere e poi cominciamo?
Sì.
I love your socks.
Coach. She's amazing. Dove ho messo il mio coso?
Ciao Kit.
Can you put on the board the 3 sections? We're only gonna do one.
The 3 we are.
The 3 that-
No, all together. Yes.
Can we begin? Can we practice together? So please find your partner.
Yes. Fine.
Please choose your partner and we will practice together. Lasciate questo posto qua.
Yeah, you can, I mean, like when I do.
No, we need it. Sorry. We need it because
Like,
one
I start
and the
with
other
Anpuku, for example, and I'm here.
Yeah.
So
Because please center and
I don't jump.
yeah,
From one
we are
side
going
to
to
another.
practice, but
You can
yes, yes,
Rikan and Taishaku. For sure,
yeah,
Jama
we
is the
practice
last.
with us.
But Rika,
Oh, good
I
choice.
prefer, to give a fluent
Yes,
direction to the set.
you know that Paolo didn't fly
the
today
Rikan always together.
his life, and he flies
Yeah.
to Kumiko Sensei the first time with us. Yeah.
Yes, you will do it now.
Say I
We
never
will
fly,
start
but
on the Rikan because
got
we don't
good
have much
out
time.
last
But we will
year.
start with
We
Taisha preparing the
finished
back.
the seminar
Go to
in
the
Italy
techniques.
with Kumiko
But
Sensei.
yes, you
and
can
they said
use
to me,
them on
"What
you
about the
and on your
passport?"
clients.
The
The Zukai at the end is also an auto session.
Are you going to?
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
at the end,
We got
you will see.
the hair.
Yes. Here also a matebi together. But yes, here is
Ora ha fatto la mano dopo per i cazzi
At
suoi.
the
No, non
end,
farlo.
you find
Poi ce lo facciamo
there are
spiegare dalla
some
mano in un momento.
techniques, I think.
Ah,
There is this. Sorry.
no, non oggi. No. Ok,
I get
fece
confused
così
because
e
this is
questo
not
lo
the book
fai
I translate.
simile, ma pesce con le mani.
See here
così.
at the end, all the techniques, and then at the
Allora,
end,
hai presente i due
yes,
pesci
this is Anpuku
giapponesi
for
che
baby,
girano? In the Yang
Anpuku for pregnant ladies,
movimento
for babies, and then
rotatorio intorno
mothers,
all'addome
for
tra
breastfeeding too,
una...
and then self-Anpuku. Yes.
Yes, yes. Oh,
Yeah,
can we
yeah.
start? Can we? Su chi pratichiamo noi?
Kit, are you going to do it?
No, lo fa
Sì.
più la Roby?
I can work on
I
Amanda.
can still.
Yes.
Sì. Where is Amanda?
Oppure
Vediamo se vediamo le coppie.
qualcuno di
Se
noi.
no
Sì,
partiamo sulla sensei.
sì.
Vediamo come sono le coppie.
Vuoi pratico io? E tu parli? Dai.
Non
Così.
tracce, ma magari uso la tua, posso?
Assolutamente sì.
Sì, brava, così facciamo un po'.
Sì. Questo è centrarsi, fare.
Sì, ma no, forse uso il mio
Guarda,
perché poi non conosco, confondo. Ma stai tranquilla, uso questo, tranquilla. Okay, does anybody has a partner? Can we start?
I need a partner.
We need one here to demonstrate. Is there anyone? Okay. So please. Oh no, Diego is coming too. I know, but you have a partner, Diego, right? Yes, okay. So is it okay to receive? Be our model, please. Okay, so please, ready? Then let's start.
Facciamo per così noi, come noi due.
Maybe can you do the opposite?
Yes,
Sorry.
please, can you? No,
Can you
because
everybody see? So
maybe-
we
maybe
will
no,
practice together with you. So if you need
on this way.
some
Yes,
help.
sorry.
Okay.
Because could be
Okay.
that
Great.
anybody say.
Is it okay
Is
for
it
everyone?
okay?
Or maybe why if you do the opposite, Serena, like maybe it's easier. I don't know.
So, but
Yeah, perché
okay,
almeno sono tutti
Ok.
nello stesso. Quindi falla mettere con la testa di lì.
there.
Sorry,
Sorry,
again
we
changing.
change again. Tu ti ricordi che l'hai fatto dalla destra invece che dalla sinistra? Cominciamo dicendoglielo però.
Okay, okay. If everybody's ready, we can start. Okay, you will see in the book all the practices start from the left, probably because it's the hard
So
side.
Manu was a little bit nervous, so she
I was
started.
working just the
yeah,
way,
the
but
way.
it's not like when I do Anpuku, I use both left or right. I don't think it's a big matter. But in the book, you will see all the practices start from the left, from the hard side. So if you want, you can start on the left. Okay?
You can
Great.
choose.
So when you are ready, please center yourself.
You can choose.
It's the partner's left
You
Yeah, the
can
partner
choose.
left side. Yes, the receiver left side.
Oh,
You're alone.
is somebody come?
There is still.
Yeah, Terry. Okay.
Okay. Are you working? Okay. One more person.
Okay, so you can work together and you are not shiatsu and you can receive from me. So people can see, oh no, they yes. Oh,
Yeah, but still she's alone.
yes, but she
I'm
she can.
okay.
Could you receive?
Okay. I think we almost there. Okay, so if everybody's here, we can start. So please, again, find your connection. Breathe in, breathe out. And when you feel is the time, establish a connection with your partner, with your receiver. Start to think you are meeting the person you're working with. So first meet his energetic body. And then when you feel you're ready, just lay your hand on the stomach, on the abdomen. You can put both hands. Start feeling the breathing. Just, you don't have to do anything, just feel, relax, and also take care of you, not only of the receiver. Be comfortable and enjoy what you're doing. So when you feel you are ready, you can start and leave your left hand on the abdomen and use your right hand to open. Start opening the chest, opening the upper part of the body. So just use your right hand to open and to do like a smooth massage. From the sternum, you go on the sides, first on the shoulder, and then if you are working with a woman, you can jump the breast and then go on the chest and the ribs. And then you can start working on the surface And as long as you work, you can go deeper. And please also feel what you have under your hands. So start feeling where your receiver is tight, where your receiver needs attention. And your intention is to say hi and to open slowly the abdomen to work more deeply inside. You can use both your hands at the same time, opening the chest, opening the ribs, but also the hips. Then change your direction so the opening is complete. And from the abdomen, you also go through the hips in the legs direction. And then when you feel that you are done, you can also add this stretching from one hip to the other shoulder. So you can cross and open a little bit more. Put your intention again is in opening the body and feeling all the tensions. You can also go from the rib cage to the hip, crossing your hands. You maybe would start hearing noises on the abdomen of your receiver. Movement is coming. And then when you feel you've gone into this technique, we can go on and do the second technique called Bunroku. So it's again an opening technique, but we use, instead of the palm of the hand, we use the fingertips like we want to enter inside the space between one rib and the other. So just use your hand like you are combing, like you are making space, like you are feeling the space between one rib and the other. Again, you can work at the beginning more on the surface, and then as you feel your partner let you go in, you can go deeper in the ribs. And one of the image can be that you have like water and you want to, pull away the water from the ribs. You can also reach and go down until you reach the hips. And when you feel the opening is complete, we can prepare for the third technique. And if you have to, you can use this clockwise technique, moving your hands clockwise, like massaging the abdomen. Like in Thailand, they say it's detox technique. Detox technique. It starts working on the surface. You can start moving the energy on the abdomen and take out all the toxins from the surface. Detox. Detox? Detox.
Yeah.
Detox, sorry. And then we get ready for the third technique, Kocho, the working on the intestine with a hook. So please, you lay your the tips of your forefinger of the right hand on the solar plexus, and then with your left hand, you make a hook and start bringing all the tissues of the intestine, of the low abdomen, and bring it to you. Bring it like you want to imagine you are working, going in the different direction. The fingers on the solar plexus are going through the other hand. So one hand is going through the other. Yeah, in that sense, right? And at the same time, think about yourself, be comfortable, use your entire body. It's not that you are pulling, it's like your body is moving and taking your receiver with you. And then you can change the direction, use both hands doing this small technique to go on the other side. You can imagine you are wrapping your receiver. We call this technique the mummy because it's like you really are wrapping all your receiver. And also the meaning is also to make your receiver feel his whole body before working on the abdomen. So go slowly, use both hands to reach from the hips, you go to the feet, and then you turn on the other side. And again, using your hands in an alternative way. Imagine you are wrapping and massaging the body, side body of your partner. Then you go up until you reach the abdomen. And when you are ready, again, we start with the technique of Gaucho. So please put your, this time, left hand, the fingertips of the fourth finger of your left hand on the solar plexus. And with the other hand, you do the hook. And again, you are pulling the tissues of the lower back through the other hand. Like you want to move the intestines and you want to feel the tension. And also feel the tension on the solar plexus, of course. And like you were, this technique is also to connect the intestine with the upper side of the abdomen. So then when your think is good, you can start stopping and can stop for a while on the abdomen. You can use the fish yin-yang technique, like we said, moving clockwise, like you're doing a massage. And then we close the session using the manual technique called Choma. Like we said, we put all the energy we moved. Now we set up. So you can start from the arms, for example, and using the tip of your finger, it's like you are combing the tissues, combing the muscles, and setting up all the energy. Like you want to say to your partner, okay, we worked And now we settle up, and then we will be apart again. It's like greeting slowly your partner. Work on the legs, work on the feet, make sure to touch all the body. And then, when you feel it's the time, you go back to the abdomen and take a little bit of time to greet your receiver, to greet your partner. And Shin Sayota says that when we put up our hands, the intention is like we are pushing. So it's like the hand is going up very slowly. And he said, think you are pushing, not pulling. So your energy is still there. So if you want to have just a very quick few minute exchange for feedback, and then we exchange the session.
Yes, sure. May you practice because you want to try.
Okay.
Of course, now you can work. Oh, we can change it. To receive.
I can receive it.
No, I can work on you. And she can work
And I
on
would love to receive.
Okay. Manu,
Io se
Allora,
vuoi posso ricevere, parlare.
lei può, no, lei può lavorare,
subito?
riceve, sì, no, riceve lei da noi e lei può lavorare con Paul, se va bene.
Okay.
I feel,
Okay. Maybe you will work on Paul.
you choose a good one. I feel. So we go.
I think here, maybe.
So we do exchange, please. Yeah, you do it. Yes. Yes, you see. Yes.
Here there is another one,
You see,
if you want.
you see.
Maybe
You
Kumiko is
see me.
preparing.
You see her.
You
see
can stay
you
here,
do.
Kumiko, so we are in the center and they can.
Shiatsu. No, we do. We are okay. Yes, right.
What about here? So you're closer. Ricominciamo. Sì. Okay. So when you want, we can exchange.
I'm so new. I don't
Sorry?
feel confident.
Yeah.
They could, because then she can become the, she needs to be. I don't feel confident that I can do it. I'm so new. I don't have.
So you prefer to
Okay.
receive again?
Okay.
No, I just prefer to step back.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 We did.
That's
You did the brush.
how we do it.
It to me, I felt like I was singing. Should I do it?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on what you want to,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it depends. For example, sometimes when I'm in the end, I go deep.
I slide it.
At the
No,
beginning,
usually in my hand
I
I
slow
say,
down,
That's what I
but
thought.
and so I
just
calm
like
the
this.
spirit also.
Don't,
Yes.
don't, just
So
more
you can
intention
start like
than
this and then
stretch.
calming down. It depends also the
Stationary.
person
Yeah,
you're
no,
working
not
on.
sliding.
If you have a baby, probably you will have.
Yes,
Yeah.
but now just for teaching, we do
Thank
some
you.
points,
So like someone who
some
didn't-
fixed
didn't-
points. Because
Can you make
maybe
it here is better?
a little bit,
Because we are in the
because
center,
maybe
so everyone can
feel
watch.
then a little
Yeah.
bit
Yes.
slide and then stretch.
Yeah.
Because sometimes but usually we don't, you don't.
Okay, if you are ready, we can start again. Please exchange with your partner.
You put these blankets, but
So
don't
you
put
can start on the
your-
left side.
your
if you
hand
want.
into the
If you
blanket.
prefer on the right side. Good.
Yes.
Okay, so take your time to breathe and to, okay. So we start. Find your way to find your center, to find the connection with yourself and with your partner. Take the time you need. Please pay attention to your breath and to your partner's breathing. When your hand is on the abdomen of your partner, start feeling how is the abdomen, how is telling you. Feel the temperature, feel if it's tight or if it's empty, if it starts saying you something, if it starts moving. And when you think you're ready, we can start using the first technique. So please leave your left hand on the center of the abdomen and use your right hand to start opening the chest, opening the energetic and the physical body of your receiver. So we start from the shoulder using this sliding technique. You can also stretch a little bit the shoulder. The idea is again to open and to open the abdomen and to make sure you are giving confiance to your receiver so he or she can trust you, and you can go deeper. So as we said, go slowly, and slowly you can go deeper and feel all the tissues of the chest and of the abdomen, maybe opening under your hands. When you open the chest, when you worked on the ribs, on the shoulder, then you can change your direction and go on the hips direction. So you make sure the opening is complete. You can use both hands at once, or one hand is staying on the abdomen and the other hand is working. You can also work opening the solar plexus Opening the chest again, using your thumbs to open. And then you can also stretch a little bit using these stretching techniques. You can lay one hand on the hip and the other leg on the shoulder. Cross your arms and open and stretch. You can do on the same side. You can do on the opposite side. The intention is always opening, separating the tissues, and feeling the tensions so you can start figure out what your receiver needs. So then when you feel it's time, we can prepare for the second technique, Bunroku technique, after the Bunpai. So this time we will use the fingertips to go deep inside the ribs. You can start working gently on the surface using your fingertips like you are brushing or combing the ribs, the rib cage. Feel the spaces between all the rib cages. And then you can start gently and then go deeper if you feel that your partner is opening and if you feel your partner lets you go more inside. Feel the differences between left and right. And then again, when you think is the time, we can prepare for the third technique called Kocho, the hook technique, working on the intestines like working with an hook. So please use the fingertips of your right hand just to stay on the solar plexus. And when you find the way to stay with your left hand, bring the tissues of the lower back, the tissue of the side of the body, of the intestines, and pull them to you and to the other hand. Use your body so you are not really pulling, but is your body that is giving the movement, that is giving the strength to your movement. Is again, we are working on hara of our receiver, but we are working with our hara, not with our joint. So then after you do a couple of times, we can use this technique that we call the mummy to go on the other side of the body. So use both your hands like you are wrapping the body of your receiver to make sure he feels that is an entire wool. Make sure to touch the entire body. And then when you reach the feet, switch the side and go up with this wrapping technique. That is useful because you can also feel, again, is a way to make a little diagnosis of all how the body of your receiver is. You can feel the tension, you can feel where is kyo or jitsu, where it needs more attention, where the energy needs to be released. And then when again you reach the abdomen of your receiver, please leave the fingertips of your left hand on the solar plexus, and with your right hand, you make like a hook and work like pulling all the tissues of the lower back in the other hand direction. So again, it's like yin-yang hand. And then to practice this technique for a couple of times, 3, 4 times. And then when you feel is okay, we can start using the Choma technique to close this little session. Imagining we are combing the tissues, use the fingertips to comb the muscles, to comb the tissues. You can start with the arms and go on the back, and then work on both legs. And what you want to communicate to your partner is that you are setting up everything you moved together, and now you are preparing the body to be again apart and to go back to its life. So then when you worked on the entire body, you can go back on the abdomen and slowly say goodbye to your partner. We enter slowly and then we exit slowly in a very gentle way. First, we say goodbye with our thoughts, with our minds, with our energy, and then with our hands. Okay, so if again you want to have a couple of minutes just to exchange your impression, your feedbacks, and then we go on. Or think if you have any questions.
You I feel you're very different than last year. As your house are completely change energy, and you complete your solar flex is completely changing. Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, yeah, that is. And also in I've like
They are different. Yeah.
More people come here. Yeah. Power of the touch.
By the end.
Really? Oh, Yokata. Thank you, Paul, for doing such a great job.
I feel like I did less.
Yeah, it's yeah. You have online people? It's good online too. Okay, great.
Yeah, they love it.
Really?
Very happy. They think you're very clear.
Yes. Yes, my friend. No, he was speaking about you, not me. No.
Me and you, both of you. Me and you is the same.
Yes, me and you is the same.
The first message she sent me at 6 o'clock in the morning was like, okay, let's run away.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Italy.
Okay. Please, if you have any question about, could be good for everybody. If you have any question about this,
Question or anything you want to share.
or if you want to share
How was
something.
it?
Yay! So-
Was it hard to do? How was for who was giving? Or did you enjoy? Great.
Hmm. Okay, great.
The learning experience.
Mhm. Great.
It's nice to think that like it's coming from the center. I love the image of the sun so many times. I don't know, personally, like, okay, we'll do a little hard diagnosis and check, and then we go to the other parts of the body, but that brings the awareness of how it is all connected.
Mhm.
So it's really nice thoughts. Like it's all
Mhm.
And when I was receiving, I really felt it. My organs were spreading out. Opening up.
Oh, yes. Great.
Deep sense of this whole other layer of presence.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh, wow. Yes.
In the culture, could you talk just a little more about the relationship between the hand on the solar plexus and the active hand and their connection?
About the Kocho technique?
Yes,
You mean?
about putting on the solar plexus. How does that? I started to kind of forget I was holding onto the solar plexus.
Mhm.
I think I need to give this more attention. I wasn't sure what kind of attention.
Okay. In the book, it is said that you have to, we are working, of course, on not governor. How is the vessel?
Conception. Vessel
Conception vessel. And so Shin Sayota says exactly in which point we have to say in conception vessels. But of course, when we start practicing, what we want you to get at the beginning is the technique. Okay, that may be the point. But then in Philip book, what is very clear is that he is also analyzing every point with all the kanjis and all the meaning of all tsubo, all points. So I recommend you, if you want to go deeper in the technique, Philip book is very complete. And then what I think is that we are connecting the upper side of the abdomen and the low side of the abdomen, connecting the digestive system and with the intestines. So, and also Shin Sayota says that this technique helps with the prolaxus. Do you use this word?
Prolapse.
Prolapse. With the prolapse of the intestine, and you can give more strength to all the muscles of the intestines. I don't know if you want to add.
Could be very good for headache. So
Back.
for a backache. So you can do in two different way. You can also in the book there. If you fix you can come. Just I can show because it's very interesting. This one.
Well, thank you for the question.
Yeah, because okay, we are in contact now. Okay, we are, and if we do like we listening and we practice. So one hand is just there, and this hand knows, understand if they have to stay more softly or go. If you go more, you go. I think it's more physical. So it's very good for a headache. And you can also fix with your knee, and it's completely changed because the movement change, but could be good also, like this, that. But if I do like this, I change. So I change my hand. I change this one, both my hand, as I feel. So maybe I could be very softly, gently, like, and sometimes we are in the solar plexus. Sometimes I have to put just like this. So you can change as you feel. Now we teach some rule to let you understand the sense, but they are not fixed rule. So you can do as you feel. More deeper you go, more strong you go, could be more movement, more physical for the intestine, and if you stay like this, you can see person like Ketsugen.
You're making movement.
Making movement.
Seiki is Katsugen.
Because the relaxing are very. Oh, there are some people who don't like because they are too nervous, and we were speaking about with Michael. Michael say his work he cannot touch hara from many times. So we use Anpuku when we can touch hara, because if not, it's too strong for people. If not, you use other techniques.
This is why also you will find in the book, if you read it, that first Shin Sayota said there are many techniques and many opening treatment you can do before working on the abdomen. And also in this technique, we are working in the solar plexus, which is of course an emotion area. So of course, we have to use our listening skills to understand if it's the time and if we can enter inside the person. Maybe I don't think we are going to see that technique, but there is another technique always working, again, working on the solar plexus. And Shinsayota says, okay, we work, and then when we go away, we say sorry that we entered so much inside the person, because this area is very special, of course. So yes, please use your listening skills and feel when is the time to go deeper inside the person. Okay. Any
That's
other
the-
question or anything you want to share? Otherwise, we go on. We still have 3 techniques to see if you still want, because we want to show you again little ideograms and then techniques, and then again we practice.
Vado? Cancello?
Sì, grazie carina.
Non mi ricordo più.
Sì, facciamo roto, la voga e il choi. No, koki. Roto,
Abbiamo la
koki, ma ne
voga.
abbiamo 4.
Sì.
Facciamo, e se ne facessimo solo 3?
Facciamone solo 3.
Cosa
Cosa
dici?
facciamo?
Facciamo
Cosa
la...
dici senza voga?
No, la voga è bella.
No, la voga è bella.
Non facciamo vedere il video però.
Non facciamo vedere il
Troppo.
video.
Facciamo magari la Hanshin, quella che calma.
Beh, le 2 le facciamo tutte e 2,
Ma
così
sì.
gli tiriamo da una
Quindi
parte
facciamo
e poi
tutte e
lo
4.
chiudiamo.
Saltiamo il video della voga e poi
Sì.
adesso non le facciamo tutte insieme.
Ma tanto abbiamo un'ora e
C'è
mezza.
ancora un'ora. Sì,
Un'ora e mezza.
Però
Andiamo
non so se
adesso.
riusciamo a scambiare tutto. Vabbè,
Ah,
vediamo.
giusto.
Ok. So, facciamo prima il roto, giusto?
Sì.
Ok. So, now we are going to see 4 more techniques, or 5, and then we have the 5, 4, and 13, right? Okay. So the 4 is koki. Koki. And then we have roto. Then we have anshin and tatsushin. Remember me? No, shuren. Shuren. E anshin and anshin. Poi forse vado un po' veloce sui
Vai
videogrammi
veloce,
perché
sì.
sennò poverini. Mi sembra. Ok. E però facciamo prima la roto, la voga del cocchi, giusto?
Sì, così muoviamo.
Ok. Ma gli ideogrammi va bene se li faccio vedere in ordine, così non facciamo
Sì.
Ok. So we have the number 4 is called the koki. I will be a little bit faster on the ideograms so we can have more time to practice. So koki is the key. I think many of you, of course, know the key, which the old kanji, I think, was like this, the rise and the, how do you say, vapore, the clouds, vapor, yes, coming out. So I think you know ki. And ko is, in Japanese, translate the verb oriru, which means going down, to go down. We have like, again, the movement on the legs and the legs going down. So this technique is to let the ki go down, to count down the ki. We will follow the receiver breathing, and Shinsayota says that is a very, you will see, is a very easy technique, manual technique, but we have to use all our listening skills, and it helps to harmonize. Do you use this verb? to harmonize the microcosm and macrocosm together. So, and on the Phillips book, he says that the technique with the hand that we'll do is like drawing the carro dell'Orsa Maggiore. How do you say the stars, the polar stars and the constellation. So, and this is why it is harmonizing the microcosm with the macrocosm. And we will work on the stomach lines. And so it is again a technique that we use to work on the stomach. And the two hands will stay on stomach 25. And the other hands will work on the stomach meridian. So it helps to transform and to make the what the person eat in movement, okay, in energy. This is the koki. And then the technique number 5 is roto. I will write you the ideograms just because they are so beautiful. Roto is the Japanese gondola. The Japanese, you say gondola, right? Like Venezia. Japanese boat. Because the technique is indicating about the movement of the body of the therapist. You will see we will move on the abdomen using our hands, but especially using our body, like we are creating a wave inside the abdomen, like they do in Japan when they use the Japanese gondola. We had a video, but I think we don't have time to show to you, but maybe if we will have time.
We can try.
We can practice. Serena will make you practice this.
Gondoliere.
Yes, our gondoliera. And this is the roto. And this technique, we will start from roto because it's a technique that we can use to work in general on the abdomen, while koki is more specific on the stomach. So we will do first this and then koki. And then the last two are the closing techniques. We have the shuren. I'll write here the kanjis. Shuren. These are kanji. So beautiful too. Shu is coming from, I think, almost this ancient ideogram, and the meaning is to connect. When you do the bride, how do you say?
Braid.
Braid, yes. And what is the verb? To
Braid.
To braid. Okay, it's the same, of course. So the verb is meaning connecting and braiding. Okay, and then this is, I will show you because it's too beautiful. Again, is a roof, and it's like collecting under a roof two mouths and two people. So it's like to put together all the person put together, because two people with two mouths means like neighbors in Japan. So it's like collecting under a roof. Everyone is like to call and to prepare for something. So it's like collecting and braiding, collecting and creating a connection. Okay, like radunare. How do I know? I don't remember how to say radunare. To put together. Thank you. So together and to braid the energy. Okay, because we are finishing the session, and so we want to gather all the energies and to collect again all the energy inside the abdomen, because maybe we work on the entire body, so the energy is flowing around, and then we want to leave our receiver with the intention that is again centered in Hara, okay? And the last one is Anshin. Again, we have the roof and the woman under the roof, so the harmony and the peace. And then Shen, Shin, in Japanese is Shin, in Chinese is Shen. I think you know this ideogram is the Shen of the heart. So Anshin is to give peace to the Shen, to give peace. At the end of the session, you will see is again a very easy manual technique, but the intention is again to calm down the spirit and to leave our receiver with the Shen that is centered. Okay? Good? Good. So let's see the practice.
We do the gondola or
Yes, how you wish.
we don't
can-
see the video, but it's very easy. Please stand up because it's easier if we learn the movement, stand up and then do it. Like in who goes to kite surf or we surf or something. One leg behind the one, and we just go like if we had a big one from this, like, no?
Like we are
So-
holding what you said before, timone.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Rather. Right.
So the movement start from
Hips.
hips. They are not movement from our shoulder, they are not movement from, but just like this,
Like Tai Chi
like Tai Chi.
or Qigong.
So we push and okay. So these are the movement. Then we will go doing in our practice. Gondola.
Gondola. Like Venice.
This
This is roto.
roto. But now we use, this is the order, but there are in this 13 technique, there are some techniques stay and some techniques to move. So now we begin with this because this is a technique to move the body.
And you are not working in a specific side of the abdomen, so you can open again is how to approach the abdomen and to work on the entire abdomen, and then you can be more specific if you want to work on stomach or on something else. Okay.
Okay.
So again, we need a receiver.
We need a receiver.
Okay. Thank you. You want to
Lavoro.
practice and take off?
And they need a receiver again after. Okay.
Okay, so again, we can start from the left or from the right. In the book is always from the left side. So again, imagine that.
Don't see my knee because I have a surgery after a skiing accident. So I cannot bend both the knee. So you use your Seiza because I can.
This is Serena Seiza.
This is my Seiza. But if you're skiing very well, if you get an accident very well, my doctor was the same of Brignone and Goggia. So yeah. And we are together, only the doctor.
Okay, let's start. So Imagine we are ready. Maybe start and make a contact. We prepared the entire body of our receiver. We establish a contact with our hand. And then we will start working with this gondola technique, Trotti. So we will place our hands in this shape using the thumbs and all the other finger in the other direction. And it's like we are a little bit holding the tissues of the side. We start from one side and go to the other. Slowly, and again, feel how much you can enter in the tissues of the abdomen. But the idea is like to give a wave, to make the abdomen move, to make the energy in the abdomen move. So like we were doing when we were standing, please use your body so the movement is starting from hara and not from your shoulder. So it can go deeper. And then you reach the other side. And then slowly we come back. Again, is a good way to start touching the abdomen and feeling all the abdomen, where there is tension, where there is jitsu, where kyo. So we can also use it as a good way of diagnosis. And we come back. And of course, we can repeat it many times. It depends on the work you want to do. And also, every time you can maybe go deeper. And then we prepare for the technique called ko-ki. So to make ki going down, we use the finger like, we can use the thumb and index finger and middle finger to be more, what did you say? Yeah, precise, to be more precise and to help the index finger. So we put the right hand on stomach 25 on both sides. And then we keep the right hand on the points of stomach 25. And with the other hand, we start from stomach maybe 21. I don't remember the number, then we'll check. And then you go down working on your receiver's breathing and working on the stomach meridian. So the Shinsai Ota say that the Japanese say that you are going down on the big street of the stomach. You keep the right always on stomach 25, and you can do this technique many times, always listening on what is going on under your fingers, feeling the tension. Maybe you want to stay, you will feel you want to stay longer in one point, or you want to proceed because there is a jitsu, so you have to stay and to be faster, and your pressure could be maybe more gentle. And then we had this little part that was under the supervision of Toshi Chikawa, because in the book, you just do from stomach 21st, I think, to stomach 25. But he said that you can complete the work changing the hands. So with your left hand, you stay on stomach 25 and then use your right hand to go down until you reach the pubical area. Thank you. And this is a very good technique also for taking all the thoughts from the brain down. So if you have a person that cannot sleep or cannot stop talking, cannot stop thinking, use this technique and you will see how the energy is going really deep and quickly inside the abdomen. So they will really calm down and relax.
What's the name of this one again?
Koki.
Number 4.
Number 4, yes.
Good for calming.
Yeah. Okay. And then we prepare for the last 2 techniques. We were saying that we need to close our receivers. So it's a little bit opposite to the opening techniques. As you see, we go in the tissues of the back, and then it's like we are wrapping all the energy, and the direction is again hara. So you can also work on the legs to get the movement be more complete. But again, the idea is that you are wrapping and closing all the energy, and the direction is the kikai or tantien. So to leave your receiver in his center, in his hara. So that was the shuren. And this last technique is the anshin. So just leave your right hand on the center of the abdomen, and then with your left hand, you work like just doing a little massage on conception vessel, going from the top of the sternum to the solar plexus. And again, the image is to bring all the energy towards the kikai. And also here you can be maybe deeper at the beginning and then be more on the work more on the surface. And also you can be faster and then slow down little by little. It depends on what you want to give to your receivers. And then we finish and say goodbye. Okay.
Great.
How was it?
Very calming, yes.
So we go practice together. So we go to, then when we practice, we begin to Kaishaku. Yes. This time, if it's okay, we were thinking to start with Kaishaku. So you can practice on your receiver. We start with Kaishaku, opening, and then we do all these 4 techniques. And then we can close with Choma at the end. So it's a small session.
Almost feels like
Yeah, coming.
also an image that I had was like when you make dough.
Bravo.
So,
Sì, fantastico. Perfect.
Great.
Of course, if you will read the book, you will see that the 13 techniques have an order in the book, but also Shinsai Ota says it's not like a kata. You can practice you can bring the techniques you need and put them inside your session. And also you can, of course, exchange the numbers. Is not like a written kata, is not so that, how do you say? Katai? Comes Japanese. Strict, thank you. It's not that strict, so you can really use it as you need, okay?
Where is stomach 25?
No,
Find a partner.
if you find the stomach 25, I go to the iliac crest and I come.
Oh,
So yes, yes. So it's easy to do it because you don't have to, because you have to go with your finger tooth. So if you have to do and the change and you didn't know, so
Yeah.
May you? I just do it. Usually I do like this. And then there. And if it's not perfect, don't worry about it. Because if you are inside of you, if you are thinking stomach 25, come to your so
And the starting point is the stomach 19. Sorry, I said 21, but it's 19. Yeah.
yeah. I use also if you don't know the I use also the ribs. And when I do it, the first it's the most important. It's stay and listen the stomach, the connection from one hand to the other one. And so don't think about the point, because if you think about the point, you change, sorry, you change your finger or something. Just go where you are. Okay, so take the iliac crest and then go. And the most important is feel the connection. Ibiki, as Matsunaga Sensei say. So when you know that you are in a meridian, and so you can go down into the meridian. Because if you do like this, so if this one is fixed, you can little bit change the second hand. Okay, let's do. Praticare o parlare, cosa preferisci?
Magari praticherei un po',
Sì,
ti lascio parlare un po',
sì.
hai voglia? Così facciamo
Vuoi un po' di acqua?
Ma no, perché sto pisciando tantissimo.
Okay.
Going to guide?
Yes,
We guide you. So we do it together.
we got the same. So please take a couple so we can know if we need some.
Find a partner.
Find a partner.
The receiver's left side.
Yeah, in the book is always from the left, but as I told you, it depends.
Okay.
Like on what you are doing.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, if we want, we can do like in the book, starting from the left side.
C'è lei che può far da ricevente.
You want to receive? Okay, great.
Perché mi sa che sono tutti in coppia.
Coppia. Okay. If you want. Great. Thank you. Be our model. Are you comfortable?
Be sure to be comfortable.
Do you want a
Be
blanket
sure
or-
to be relaxing, and you also your partner.
Okay.
We
Go
will
back.
stay in the same position
Not
for this practice. So be sure then
better?
No. So you remember we begin to Kaishaku.
How is it? Good.
We did the Kaishaku stand up. You have one?
It's unstrapped.
Ah,
It looks like it's.
now please. Okay, you can stay there.
Because it's moving. One of the lamps
because
is
they're-
moving. You see?
Yeah,
Perché si è staccato un cavo.
adesso forse. Okay, so take your time to stay present, empty. We have to listen. We don't want to change anything. We just listen, see our partner, and help to opening, help to be himself. So we begin from Kaishaku. If you remember, we begin to move. We go to the shoulder and we begin one arms. Go from the center to the out. One, and the second one, second arms. Then you can go to the legs. And go down. It's a good way to know our partner. It's a good way to listen. Could be one part more tense, one part kyo, one part more jitsu. Let it, because let it move. Okay. It's better. So we begin to know one each other with these techniques. And it's also relaxing and our partner begin to feel all the body. And then I will speak just about after. So you take your time. When you finish this Kaishaku, we go in air again. And we prepare to gondola, to move, roto. So our hands are open. We begin from one side and we goes and go. Remember the movement of the gondola. Like we move all body. And we go from one side to the other side. Please don't be too gently because now we have to move. So listening, but moving. This depends from the abdomen. We go to the other side, and then the same time we will coming back. If you know that the abdomen can receive, you can do it like Manu, more intensive. And please go into the part. So not be only in a surface, but also so we start from one side, go to the other side, and go back. And we prepare for the next technique. About, you remember the stomach 25? So we put our left hand in stomach 25 as it depends, and stay. You remember stomach 25 are a bow point of intestine. So we work a lot on this. And then with the other hands, go to stomach, to the end of the ribs, and be careful to be comfortable, to listening. Our hand in the meridian, and relax your shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out very gently, and just listening, relaxing your shoulder. Enjoy this moment. We meet a meridian, so we have to be happy, grateful, and it's very special experience. And then the hand go slowly down in each point of the stomach. And you goes. Perhaps you feel you have to stay more in one point, or perhaps you feel you have to move a little bit your hand. Just enjoy. Be sure to be comfortable, be sure to be empty, if you can, as you can. And we can go down for 2 times when one hand are nearby to the other hand. We can repeat. And the second time, we can also change our hand fix one in stomach 25 and go down with the other hand until the pubis. In the same slowly way. Could be something happened in your hand or not. Doesn't matter. We stay, we accept, we listen our partner. We can just stay. Then we can prepare to the other techniques. We can just doing our yin yang and when is the time? So now we go in the two closing. So we go to Shuren. In the Shuren, we like close. We do the opposite than when we open it. Remember the center of the body. We close from the back to the center of the body. You remember, move your body and relax into and think about move and put in Ara all the energy. We move a lot. Now we have to put our treasure in the Kikai. You can do also in the legs a little bit. Just take care in the Kikai all the energy. And then Anshin. Put your hand in Hara and go with the other one or two. Like finally closing, really. We close the side by side and now we will close the center. Then to closing, we can do Choma. To the shoulder. Around the arms. Put your finger like this. Okay. the tip of your fingers are more. Yes, do it. Okay, the tip of your fingers. And then we finish. As you like. We go back in Ara and we prepare us to give goodbye to our partner. And thank you. Gosh. I think we can little bit feedback, but then we change. Emotions that happen all the time. Yeah. Because the abdomen, the entire body is like, I don't know if you say that in English, but in Italian, the airplane has the black box.
Black box of the body.
Yes.
Stores and holds.
Yes. Yes. Good and bad.
Yeah.
But especially if we have like trauma or something hard is closed in the abdomen. So, but I don't know if you felt at the beginning your abdomen was very tight and it was not easy to go inside. But then after working a little few minutes, and then it was opening a little bit. I don't know if you felt the sensation, because at the beginning the sensation was like.
I think this technique are so easy that sometimes I learn
Gate closed.
also to my patient, but then to do
It was
with a child or something.
Of course, now we are demonstrating. We are inside with 40 people. But if you have the time, you can really work, and also
You can use also in
from far away, and moving all the energy and coming slowly to the center. And sometimes it takes many sessions that you can contact the person in the abdomen. For example, once I was working on a lady, and for 1 year, I couldn't almost touch her abdomen. She had very strong trauma. And also, the whole body was not easy to touch her. It took many sessions that she gained again the faith in another human being. It really depends on what the person you are working
on time?
what is the point.
Because now they change it and don't. So
Okay. Oh, it's good, Amanda.
Oh, Manu,
Are
only
you?
you.
No, I didn't
You
know.
can choose.
No.
No,
You came so.
no, I love Manu.
As a therapist,
So if I can choose, I choose Manu.
you know, what I do is like I work a lot with my
Okay.
body by myself.
Can we prepare for
to strengthen myself. And
switch?
then, I just like, for example, wash my hands at the end of the session or use the fire. I have fireplace at home.
Have you any
Fire to
question?
shower.
Something to
water,
say to
hot
everybody?
water. Everything is useful if you have stones. But what is, I think, the point, like after many years, you're working with person, then you feel you don't have to protect because things are going through you.
Ti piace?
Nothing is stopping.
Sei contenta?
That's
Lei è
the
venuta
idea.
fino qua per
It's like,
impararlo.
living in that moment the life together with that person, but then letting the person go. So all these
Io
techniques
una volta che
are
facciamo
useful for the therapist
adesso
because
a
also the
fine
therapist
gennaio lo
is to
facciamo
know
a
that
Firenze.
he is not the receiver,
Viene come così.
and then he has to. He cannot save the world,
Mm,
but he just have to do a small part.
super.
We are just walking together for a little while, and then we say ciao, like with the kids, with your children, is the same. Mm. Thank you.
Certo.
What's your name? Tiffany. Thank you, Tiffany. That was
14,
amazing.
15 fino al 20.
Practicing?
Sono diversi. Ma ne facciamo ancora. Quando tu vieni,
With Kumiko, you said?
vieni a Natale, ne facciamo uno per te.
Great. Enjoy
So-
all the treats. Okay? Okay. Let's change.
Ascolta, Manu,
Sì?
lo facciamo su Paul adesso? Fai tu, faccio io? Come vuoi tu? Cioè, io vuoi tu lavorare, io parlo? Come vuoi, è lo stesso. Facciamo così?
Sì? Se Paul vuole.
Sì, sì, gliel'ho detto.
Okay, so we have the last exchange. So when you are ready, we can work.
I'm sorry, I win.
Yes, of course.
I win.
19 coming down.
Yeah.
How deeper light is that touch coming down?
How deeper? Sorry.
How deep
Uh-huh.
of light is
Do you like to have this one?
Shin Sayota says that you can do many times the technique. So I suggest at the beginning to be more light, to be lighter, and then going deeper and also feel the breath of the person and also feel the tension. If there is a lot of tension, you can go lighter
Because
and then just feel when the body lets you in, like the
right.
shiatsu pressure.
So it's
Yeah.
what about me?
Okay, so when you are ready, we can start the last session.
Speak about me.
So please make space in your hearts. Make your heart empty. Breathe. Center yourself. Find a way to make contact with you and then with your partner. So when you feel is the time, put your hand on the abdomen, in the center of the abdomen, and make the connection between you and the partner. Feel the breathing. And when you feel is the time, then when you are connected, you can start preparing the whole body using the Kaishaku technique. So remember, we are using our hands like we were playing shamisen. So we are going deep in the tissues, in the muscles, and then releasing them. So it's like an opening. We start with the arms, for example, shoulder. We can work on the hands, on all the fingers. And it's a good way to start feeling the body of your partner. Start feeling when there are tensions, when it is empty, where it is empty. And what we want to give is also the feeling to be an entire person, an entire body. So make sure to work in every part of the body, starting with the arms. You can go down, work on the sides, on the legs. And of course, you can start to have an idea of the meridians of the person. Remember, we are trying to move the energy, to open the energy. So use your body to make your partner's body start moving. And when you feel you work on the entire body, then you can start and go into the abdomen to start with the Roto technique, with the gondola, Japanese gondola. So we stay on the left side or right side of our receiver and use our hands like we want to hold the tissues of the lower back, of the side of the abdomen, and we start moving with our haras, with our hips, giving a movement like a wave. The idea is that, again, we are contacting the abdomen. We want to open it, to move the energy. We want to feel if the abdomen in his entireness is tight or empty, if the person needs to be moved or needs maybe more listening. And never forget about yourself. Always be comfortable. Always enjoy what you're doing. Is also a way to work on your bodies, not only on the body of your receiver, but you're also contacting your body. And as much as you enjoy, as much your receiver will enjoy what you are doing. So make this wave and also feel if you have to stay on the surface or if you can go deeper. Maybe you want to reply the technique once or twice, and every time you will see that maybe you can go a little bit deeper. You can be faster or you can be slow. Try to interpret what your partner needs. And then when you think you worked enough with this technique, we can prepare for the Koki technique. So we will work on the stomach meridian with the hands. So with your left hand, if you are on the left side, please find stomach 25 and stay with your thumb and your index finger on stomach 25. And again, please be gentle. Feel how much you can leave your weight go inside. If you need to stand, please stand a little bit. If you need to put more weight, stand and don't push. And with the other hand, with the right hand, you work again with the thumb and with the index finger from stomach 19 on the ribs, on the rib cage, and going down to reach stomach 25. Shin Sayota says we are walking on the long path of abdomen, the long path of stomach. And again, a little bit, the idea is to bring the energy down from the upper part of the body to the low part of the body, to the center, to the abdomen. So take your time, follow the breathing of your partner. You may want to stay for a little while in some points, while maybe you will want to go faster, will want to move quickly in some other points. Feel the hibiki, the connection between the points and the meridian of stomach. And one of the intentions is also to bring down all the thoughts from the brain into the stomach so we can digest also what we are thinking. And then when you reach the left hand with your right hand, you can switch the hands. So the right hand can be the hand in, listening, not moving, while the left hand start moving. And again, it goes down on the stomach points, on the meridian, till reaching the pubis. And again, when you feel you worked enough, when you feel that is the time to change, we can switch and go to the last techniques. Remember now, we put our intention in closing energetically the body of our receivers. So these Shuren techniques means to connect and to collect. And we are connecting and collecting the entire body in Hara and through the Kikai, through the Tantien. So we bring the energy from the back to the front, from the shoulder to Hara, from the hips to Hara, like we are closing what we opened before. And then we can proceed with the last technique called Anshin, which is to calm down the Shen, to harmonize the Shen, to make peace in Shen. in the spirit. So we just slide down our right hand while our left hand is calming and listening to the center of the abdomen. Again, we have a yin yang hands. And we bring all the ki down through the kikai. Again, like closing, again, like centering our receivers in the center of the belly, in the center of the abdomen. You can slow down, giving the intention to calm down the person, to calm down the spirit. And then when you want, you can also close all session using the choma around the body, like setting up all the energy we move. Use the tip of your hands, the tip of your fingers, to set all the energy down. And in the meantime, think and tell your receivers you are going to finish and you are going to say goodbye. And when you feel is the time, just close your session and greet your receiver. Okay, so then if you need a few minutes for the feedback,
Oh, energy. Pull here, and yes, you're feeling that. It's very tight here, but it's
You need shiatsu. You need more. You need more.
I train. I've been coaching a lot, and I do a lot. I kick a lot,
Okay.
like a lot. So like,
You need to sleep
yeah,
and let it go.
it just felt so nice. Just settle. Like it took a little while. I felt like I settled in, but once I did, I just felt like I felt like my legs were twitching. They're like just like.
So I like so much. I'm relaxing, and then with the money voice, it's lovely. I like to do it. Yeah. Because when we do like this, we are on three in the tripod. Because also, if I speak in the money, it's like I'm moving when I when I'm singing. So it's the same. The same again.
Felt like you just like took a whole layer of stuff off.
Bravo, Paul. È stato bravo.
È stato bravo, sì.
Very good.
I'm so grateful that you did this. I appreciate it.
No, but I say it's so relaxing. Do it, Anpuku, and you speak, and listen here.
Yeah, and the same when you
Yeah.
speak because it's like entering in a mood, like meditation. Yeah, like that. And it was
So
the feeling. The feeling is like it was so long, but so short. At the same time.
It felt like 45 minutes now. So, so
So we close because it's 15. Yeah, but some people share something and we can close it.
Yeah. We can close and then we can make the circle.
Yeah,
Finish.
and then
Good.
go to lunch is
Lunch.
to
12:30
1:30.
to 1:30.
And then
Yeah.
start again at 1.
Yeah.
Serena too.
Yeah. Oh, I hope 2:30.
So there's
Two.
Yeah.
but there's like
Free activity from 1:30 to 2 p.m.
yeah. And then you have
Half an hour.
2 to 4:30, and then we have
Yes.
a 15-minute break.
Yeah.
Or really half an hour because it starts at 5. So you have 4:30 to 5. So half hour. We do that.
Okay.
Then 5 to 6, then dinner time, and then
Right. And again, this, I don't know. No, maybe it's, but I don't know.
it's supposed to
If-
rain.
Was raining because on the also last year they were supposed to light a fire, but maybe with this weather it's not possible again. I don't know.
It's supposed to rain again.
All the time we come it's raining in Pennsylvania.
It depends.
Well, in Pennsylvania. Okay. There we are.
Yeah.
What about?
How was it?
So how was it? Something to share to
Questions? Sharing? Why? Go. Can you just
over somebody, you like actually step over them? What do you recommend?
I can tell you what I do. I don't know. I at the beginning, of course, when you start studying Shiatsu in schools, there are many rules. Then it's like when you start playing an instrument. At the beginning, you have rules and rules and rules, and then you can go and break the rules. So for me, what I like to think about is to be comfortable myself and to make the person comfortable. So this is my only rule. So it depends on what I'm doing. But if I have to do the Hanuman, like in Thai massage, they do this. They call it Hanuman on the person. I do it. Or I go to the other side. It depends also on the size of your receiver. I'm so small. So when I have a big receiver, I have maybe to go on the other side. So it really depends. It doesn't say on the book all this kind of details, because also I think was like common in Japan, and they didn't have many rules at the beginning. I don't know if I answered to, and I don't know if you want to add something. But...
It's okay. Yes. We try to do some, some kata, and we today was a test of Anpuku. So we try to give you an order, but we hope you enjoyed. You will begin. We will continue to study. So when you study, then you can do it in your Shiatsu,
in your way.
In your way, just we have a rule just to have an idea what about. then you know about pressure, about perpendicularity, about moving around your partner. You cannot moving like me because my legs. So, but anyway, and perhaps then you think about one of these, and you do something. Then you do. There are something in Italy. We do some seminar with the people who don't know about Shiatsu. One of my clients in the last time was the best in the class. Was really perfect. And so she don't know nothing about Shiatsu. She is my client, my receiver. So you just enjoy.
The point, like was saying Maureen yesterday,
Yeah.
the only rule is to enjoy what you're doing and to be present, of course, to stay with your receiver and maybe to understand what you can do together in that moment.
And also listen. You know, Masunaga say, then Tsubo are, Masunaga sensei written book, the Tsubo are like a bottom. No?
Maybe blossom?
Blossom. So you cannot go in a blossom and push and knock. We just stay like a sun. Sun, stay. Look at the blossom. The water come, the sun, and the blossom can open. Okay, we stay with our hand because we do touch, the power of touch, as we know. And the power of touch is the power of waiting. Let it be. Then the blossom come. And the tsubo are the blossom, and the body are the blossom, and the spirit are the blossoms. Yes. Thank you for your patience, for your attention. You was very, very well practiced.
Yes,
Really.
thank you for your patience. We hope also with the language was okay.
Great, so cute, so nice. Any questions from Zoom people? We have people.
They just wanted to see the book.
Oh yeah, great.
So
Yeah,
all is good.
good. All right.
Okay. The English version, I think. The English version, I don't know if you can buy it online. Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. But yeah.
We
They
will
are
leave the
also-
book here, so if you want to take a look. The Shinzui Bodywork is the editorial and maybe the school of Philip Vandenabili. And yes, you will find it online. While if someone like Violante is interested in the Italian version, they also send it online from Shiatsu Milano Editore. Because we don't have copies over here, right?
No.
Do you have copies, Sensei?
Not in Italian.
Studio?
Ah.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, online you will
But we
find.
don't.
And then
Don't you want to learn more? What? It's so good, right? You have to come back to our workshop. We have a workshop on Tuesday and Wednesday at the Perardi Center at 5:30 to 9:30. They are here. They're going to be sharing more of Anpuku Zukai workshops. So if you are around, please stop by. And we have a great books. Suyan brought so many books for us. And Keith, could you explain to them what we are doing?
Yeah.
We are collecting some donations for the students.
which unfortunately I think everybody, but you have books that you no longer need, that they were helpful, but you no longer need, or you're reading or whatever, to bring them here. And then anyone who likes these books or wants those books could take them, and we ask you to give a donation to the scholarship. The box for donations, there's no amount, it could be $1, it could be $50, it could be $5,000.
Could be. Yes, sure.
We need a beautiful space like this. Yes, we have so many people wanted to come, but they couldn't come. So I really appreciate your support. And also, some of the books are becoming out of print. So Mori, if you have any extra books, some of the teachers have like 2 copies, 3 copies. So if you do, please share, please bring it and then share with the new people. So books are very, very important. Yeah.
And then remember that if you want to travel and if you want to come to Italy, once a year Kumiko is coming to visit us. This year she will come in September, right?
September.
Middle of September. We will go first in Florence and then do a retreat in Florence and then in Colla di Netra, where our
By workshops and tour,
yes,
to the
Pizza, food,
especially food.
as Pete knows about, Jaideep knows about.
Like Shiatsu tourism.
Yes,
Paul also knows about.
we especially made the time in the September for you. So we make it
Yes.
special, and then we need a 12:30, and there's rooms available for the special rooms. Let's get together over there. And this afternoon we have a special guest from Uruguay. How to set up the space. It's good. So we're gonna use the massage tables. So some of them hasn't worked on the tables. So it's gonna be, I hope it's gonna be a special treat for you. And let's hold the hands and let's, yes, think about everybody and all the people who couldn't come, but they are with us. And peace, happiness, joy to everybody. And let's breathe in. Hold the breath in your tandem. We had a beautiful time with Anpuku. All of us, Hara is becoming big. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And let's enjoy the meal. And let's nurture our body and soul. Thank you, everybody, and see you later.
Thank you.
The session in 5 Lights Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, in the late afternoon. It's written here.
But that's how, can I just do one? Because I have an appointment on Wednesday.
I think so, yes. We talked with Kumiko, but I think yes, of course.
You can do.
As you see, the techniques
So what techniques are we gonna learn?
we are going, yes, we are going to learn also because last year we already did the seminar in New York. So we met like Keith and Claire and many others. So we want to show them the techniques they didn't see last year.
Perfect.
So
I'll probably come.
Toshi, Toshi Sensei said to us, us
Do it
just
website.
a question.
okay,
Why
perfect. Thank you.
everybody at Batam?
How was it?
Oh, the picture.
Thank you for standing on this. I'm sorry. I hope you could enjoy. I did. I think it was really nice. And you also practiced. Like,
This is, yeah.
I tried the trick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christine, I think.
Yeah.
And she'll try the hair
Yeah.
up to bring absolutely.
Mhm.
Like she has like a relative there.
Yeah, when we do this book, we try to
This was my plan
just
from the beginning.
put the same picture of original, but we turn and you do because the body are like so you say stomach 25 is not the line because
Okay.
para.
Right.
Perfetto.
Yes, and, yeah, look, yeah. That is so nice.
Allora.
That's so nice.
This is great.
お疲れ様。あ、よかった、それ。Come here, my friend. Good job.
Many, many thanks.
This afternoon, we enjoy the lesson.
This is good because now we can enjoy all the sun.
Yes, perfect. Begin now. It's very good.
The Amanda started. Now we are going to bring the Shiatsu in Georgia.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Christie's, yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
I was telling Manuela and Serena, I used to live in Angola for 10 years and I was by myself. I learned Shiatsu and then I went to Angola for 10 years. By myself. I had nobody. One time somebody came from Zentel, in Switzerland, and another Aikido guy. I met him in Angola. I don't know what I was doing. I was